Thank you, I forgot about that. There's all 5. All right, I'm gonna set you guys down right there. Good afternoon, fellow students and Professor Weathers of Sam Houston State University's Public Speaking 1361.01 class. Today, I am here to discuss a topic that affects us all on a daily basis, music. As Billy Joel once said, I think music in itself is healing. It's an explosive expression of humanity. It's something we are all touched by. No matter what culture you're from, everyone loves music. We all listen to music, but have you ever stopped to consider the impacts it has on our moods? Today, I aim to persuade you to pay closer attention to your music choices because listening to comforting and familiar music can drastically reduce negative feelings and replace them with positive emotions. Now that you're probably wondering, why should we worry about the influence music has on our moods? Well, simply put, choices that we make can significantly impact our emotional well-being, and many of us may not even realize it. By understanding this connection, we can make more informed choices about the music we listen to, ultimately leading to a more positive experience. Listening to comforting and familiar music can drastically reduce negative feelings and replace them with positive emotions. Because approximately 50% of the people worldwide who listen to music have a connection to the music through goosebumps, shivering, and crying. Listening to music has also been linked to the release of dopamine and oxytocin in the brain, as well as decrease in stress and blood pressure levels. Before we dive into this supporting evidence, it is important to note that I have extensively researched the topic of the effects of music on an individual's mood, and I have also witnessed first and secondhand the impact that music has on our moods. To guide our discussion, let me provide you with a brief overview of the key points that we will explore today. First, we will explore how negative emotions before listening to comforting and familiar music can be replaced with positive feelings after exposure to familiar tunes. Second, we will examine how the physical reactions that people experience when listening to music, such as goosebumps, shivering, and crying, and how these reactions are linked to the release of dopamine and oxytocin, reducing stress and anxiety. Finally, we will discuss how music acts as a comforting force, decreasing stress levels and even lowering blood pressure. Negative emotions can be replaced by positive feelings through comforting music. Listening to sad music when someone is already feeling down strengthens those negative emotions and creates a cycle of rumination. According to Garrido and Schubert in 2015, research has shown that individuals prone to rumination experience increased levels of depression when exposed to sad music for long periods of time. On the other hand, listening to happy music can have positive impacts on our emotion. It releases dopamine, or the feel-good hormone, which brings feelings of pleasure and reward, according to Atlanta Institute of Music and Media in 2019. Additionally, storytelling through music allows us to empathize with the artist's emotions and strive to feel the same way they do, leading to a more positive outlook from the listeners. These examples demonstrate the significant impact that music has on our emotional states and our well-being. Now let's explore how music affects us on a more psychological level. The release of dopamine and oxytocin through music has been linked to reducing stress, anxiety, and blood pressure. The release of dopamine, which is a neurotransmitter associated with pleasure and reward, is observed in specific areas of the brain, such as the dorsal and ventral stratum, when listening to favorite songs suggested by the Atlanta Institute of Media and Music in 2019. Listening to comforting music has been found to improve blood flow and decrease strain on the cardiovascular system, resulting in lowered blood pressure, posted in an article by Northshore University HealthSystem in 2020. Oxytocin is also a hormone linked to trust, empathy, and social decision-making, further contributes to the reduction of anxiety and stress levels, according to Harvey in 2020. Now that we understand the psychological effects of music, let's explore the physical reactions that many individuals experience when listening to music. Physical reactions, such as goosebumps, shivering, and crying, indicate an emotional connection to the music and a release of dopamine. Half of the global population that listens to music experiences physical reactions, which can manifest as crying, shivering, and goosebumps, suggested by research from the National Library of Medicine in 2019. These reactions indicate a deep emotional connection and signify musical pleasure. A PhD student, Sachs, in 2017 stated that individuals who experience goosebumps when listening to music have been found to have unique brain differences, making them more susceptible to broader ranges of emotions from music. The physical reactions that we experience when the emotional connections we look forward to with music has a profound impact on our overall mood and well-being. My visual aid today is a famous picture from a concert, and this lady is holding a sign at the concert saying, "Your music saved me." This woman has indicated that her life was saved due to the music. And in conclusion, the effects of music on our moods are undeniable. By actively choosing comforting and familiar music, we can transform those negative emotions into positive ones. We have explored how music releases dopamine and oxytocin, reduces stress, anxiety, and blood pressure, and the physical reactions many individuals experience, such as the goosebumps, shaking, and crying, are all clear indications that music holds an emotional power over us. And as the author Very Stadley Adler once said, "Let us not underestimate the transformative power that music holds in our life." Thank you so much for your attention, and may you find comfort in the harmonies that surround you.